Our first reflection from a KTH alumni is Marcelo Marzuka. If he could come up to the stage. Marcelo is a Palestinian-Chilean attorney. He specializes in regulatory and international corporate law. He is currently pursuing a master's in law at Georgetown University. He traveled to Palestine with KTH program in 2015. Please help me in welcoming Marcelo.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for your kind introduction. Thank you all for your attendance, and thank you, Serrate, for the kind invitation. It is an honor for me to be addressing you and to be present along with my wife, Angie. I have to start this with saying a big thank you to my mother-in-law, who is taking care of our 2-month-old baby. Right now, we just arrived to the US a month ago with him. So for my studies at Georgetown, so we are enjoying the city so far. Just a few remarks about my experience with the KTH program. I went there on 2015. We were a big group of around 40 people. We were about 10, 12 from Chile, around 11 from the US. We had some coming from Australia, from Qatar, from Italy, from Honduras, El Salvador, Colombia. It was a great experience to see how Palestinian identity is lived in such different places. So to be able to share with other youth with the same cultural background that one has, to be able to look at each other and see, this guy looks like me, he looks like my cousins, yet he speaks English with a different accent. Some of us mumble a bit Arabic, some others spoke very fluently, and others none at all. So it was also amazing to see how different Palestinian identity was lived across generations. Some of them were first generation, born outside Palestine. Some were second, some were even third. And sharing experiences of how different it is to wear the kufiyya in the street in Santiago and in New York. That was so interesting. The second thing is like going to Palestine. It's really an experience that changes you forever. For me, it was my second time there, but for many of them it was the first time. And I also think that when you go to some place for the second time, you see things that you couldn't possibly see the first time. So if there's anyone here that hasn't been to Palestine yet, please go. Please go. Like, I think it's a must for anyone that has some Palestinian heritage to go and visit. You learn so much about yourself. It's like a part of yourself that was there all along. Like you are reunited with that part of yourself that was detached. You learn about the place, of course. You learn about the people. And to feel in your own flesh and body the hardships, the challenges, but also the amazing strength that our people have, and to see it and hear it, it's a gift, like beyond words. And the third thing that I have to highlight and cherish very deeply is that it's a bridge to our identity. I think that especially for the ones that come from Latin America, in Chile most of the community, we have lost the language, so many of us don't speak Arabic properly. Some of us mainly manage with a preliminary introduction conversation, but so language is very important, but to be there, it's a bridge to your identity, and you understand so many things about yourself, about your family, and about your history. I think that KTH doesn't, and Serrate, like, it's such an important work that you do. And to pick kids from a very relevant age, like to visit Palestine during your youth, during those years, really changes your trajectory and how you address yourself and maybe the decisions that you take. As for me, there are many personal and professional decisions that I took that were connected with the trip, and I am honestly very, very thankful about the experience, and I encourage everyone to go or to invite others to go. In my case, my sister went 2 years after me, and my cousins, 2 of my cousins also. So just thank you for the work that you do. I hope that this continues. There's many things to be done, and being there, when you go, this is the last thing I'm just remembering. When you go there and you say goodbye to the people, I remember one of the guys in the hotel that we kind of grew close to each other. He took my hand and he told me, "Don't forget about us." Like that was his request. Don't forget about us. And I think that one thing that we can do, being so far away, to not forget, is to go and go. Thank you very much. Thank you, Sorate.
Thank you, Marcelo, for that powerful account. Don't forget about us. هو إحنا راجعين. We return. No matter what they do, even when they bury us, what do? We grow. And it's good to have the leadership of KTH and so many others to help make this possible for sure. And we appreciate that. The reality is you are here to help make sure through this organization and many others that we will not be erased. We are Palestinian, and Palestine is more than a people, it's more than a land. It is a calling. It is a calling for justice in all of its forms. And alhamdulillah, we have so many wonderful people who are taking this ride with us. And we have people like Sir Ratib and many others, supporters like you, who are helping to ensure that our children and our grandchildren don't forget the beautiful land that we belong to. This kufiya, I was fortunate enough for my wife purchased it actually in Amman when we were there this summer. And Darwish quote on here, and it's, "Wishing peace to a land created for peace and has never seen a day of peace." You have many Samirs, Samirs. My Sam is actually Salam. So Salam Rasul, we bring a message of peace to you, and inshallah one day we are able to be peace, to bring peace to our land as we think about the future of Palestine together. So we welcome you to enjoy your dinner, to consider contributing and supporting KTH, and we'll be back with you shortly. Thank you so much. We heard earlier from Marcelo a wonderful reflection as a KTH alumni. we're going to hear another reflection. Mai Nazar Kafati is a Honduran Palestinian American and business development professional. She is an alumni of the 2015 KTH Leadership Program and has volunteered for the organization since. If you haven't seen, she is coming up to speak to you, but she's also the event photographer, amongst many other things, and we're very thankful. Someone who's volunteered for the organization, instilling creative writing, photography, and an expression of art and resilience. Please give it up for Mai, please.
Thank you, everyone. I want to say what an honor it is to be here standing in front of you. And I was blessed today because Marcelo was also my 2015 fellow KTHer. And it was just so great to see my Palestinian brother speak about everything that we lived, about everything that we experienced. And so I gratefully accepted to come say a few words about KTH, about my experience, about my own living, what I lived and what I saw. But I think I have evolved since the trip. I was very inspired by the speech of Mr. Hassan, and he said, I can't remember when I started supporting Palestine. And unfortunately, I do, because I grew up in Honduras, which is a country where Christian Zionism is, everywhere. And before going to my homeland, I was not so much a Palestinian advocate. Before walking those streets, before seeing those people, before smelling that falafel in Beit Lahem, which is wonderfully crispy and big, because now they tell you that falafel is smaller so that it's crispier. Don't trust them. They're not doing the falafel right. This was my dinner yesterday, trust me. But I'm just so in awe of how KTH does this, of how KTH does it. And I think I can speak for everyone in the room. We're in the midst of a genocide. And the energy in this room, not just today, not just tonight where we're dressed all fancy, but yesterday too, today where we were hands-on in our groups, it's the energy, and the room has been filled not like that of a wake, but rather a wake-up call. And I think we are all mourning internally, and we struggle through this daily, the loss of hundreds of thousands of lives. And we carry on daily. And the world believes, all of my peers, when everything about Palestine started happening, they were asking me daily, checking in, how are you feeling? How are you doing? And the world believes that this should sink us and that we're living an ongoing funeral. But the truth is, we feel all those feelings, but more than ever, we feel the weight of a mission-critical purpose. And this is the magic and madness of KTH. And I say magic because it creates this, and we're all here in a space where we share our experiences, where we have everything we lived yesterday, today, but myself, Marcelo, my brother and sister Palestinians, we went to Palestine and we lived all that. More importantly, we share a genuine commitment to action. And this all happens, and I laugh because this all happens, while being a completely voluntary-based organization, which in itself is madness. Remember I said magic and madness, and I think that's mad, that it's just volunteers running this. And of course, Serrata, which is our fearless leader and trailblazer, but isn't it madness to run something just by the hearts of people? And so how much can a simple volunteer really accomplish? This is a question, it's a real question. I don't think I can answer this. I don't think I have the answer. I don't think all of you can imagine what we can really accomplish, but I'll say this. We work every day as volunteers, as KTHers, as alumni, to build an understanding of how and where, as a diaspora, we fit in the mission of uplifting our homeland. And I stand here with you today, so committed to Palestine, to my homeland, Mautini, I never called it that before I went to Palestine. I never knew what that word meant. I remember everyone was singing it and in the bus, and I didn't know the meaning of that word because I didn't learn Arabic. I'm a Palestinian Christian, and unfortunately, Arabic was not a priority in the household. And I don't stand here alone. I stand here with the 450 alumni from over 25 different countries around the world because KTH truly changed our lives. And like Marcelo said, it was life-changing what we lived. And as we become those bridge builders, freedom fighters, as it was so rightfully said by my sister Dream, KTH was a journey that was not just a rightful return to our homeland. It also became an opportunity for us to give back, but also to build with our Palestinian heroes who are still remaining in our motherland. And I think that is priceless. As KTH alumni, I also want to steer away from the emotions and come back to the practicality. I don't want to leave this stage without thanking all of you for your presence, for your donations. We have envelopes, by the way, and for your investments, not just today, but all of these years that you have been behind this organization, showing up for their events, showing up for us, and lifting us up as volunteers as well. The messages that were delivered by the handpicked and very high caliber cohort that stood here panel after panel, session after session, was truly an uplifting of our resilient nature. And it really guided our hearts. And I think Dr. Hassan, who soon has to leave, I think we coordinate our speeches in a way because our support is not driven by anger or despair. And I think that's wonderful. It's driven by hope, by eagerness. And we hope to fulfill that mission of rebuilding our Palestine. So I'm sure I'm not the only one here who will leave this room, a KTH room, filled with a commitment, but also a sense of challenging to build those alliances, unite, and mobilize. Thank you all so much.